today we're doing the RDL, which is the Romanian deadlift, and the Romanian deadlift uses the major muscles of the hamstrings, the glutes, and the spine muscles. More specifically, the biceps femoris, the semitendinosus, semimembranosus, gluteus maximus, and then the erector spinae, which is from your neck down to your whole spine. Yeah, uses those muscles. So for the RDL, you don't need any spotters because you can just drop the bar if you need to. So to set up for the RDL, you are hip width apart. The bar can be like on your midfoot, so it doesn't need to be like here or like here. It can be like right there. And you're gonna do like a deadlift into the exercise to get to the starting position of the RDL. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my feet are hip width apart. My spine is a neutral spine. What helps is I can actually take this and use it as a. So do you see how my spine is like straight with my head? Okay. So that's what you want. Okay, I'm actually gonna. So yeah. See how you have to push your head back a little bit?
Yeah.
So that's the position that you want. Didn't we take that away from you? Okay. Oh, that was funny. So you're gonna do a deadlift into it, which I already said. Okay. So before you do that, create tension like in your shoulders. So squeeze your shoulder blades together. So do you see the difference when I go like that? Okay. So then your hips will kick out, and then you can bend your knees to go into it, and then you'll bring it up into the starting position. My grip is a closed hand grip or pronated grip. You can also have it like this. I like it closer to my body. And then with the RDL, you want to kick your hips back, keep your knees soft, and then remain your neutral spine. So it'll look like this. And then you want to go as far until you feel like a stretch in your hamstrings. So I feel my stretch in my hamstrings right there, so I pop back up like that. And then I inhale on my way down, and I exhale on my way up. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna do 5. So my hips are kicking out. I'm keeping my knees soft. My spine is neutral. And my arms are pretty straight, close to my body. Like that. And then try to be conscious of your knees. So make sure they're not like kicking out or like going in. You want to keep them straight. Like that. And then make sure your head, you're not looking down at the ground the whole time, so you're not like this. Keeping your head like this. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that was 5. I'm gonna do one more.
I wasn't gonna.
Okay, and then when you end the RDL, you just do your deadlift again. So kick your hips back, bend your knees slightly, and then the other thing is try to keep the bar close to your body the whole time, so you don't want to be out here. Okay, so I'm gonna have you do. I'll have you do 6 repetitions. So yeah, so feet hip width apart. Yep, and then do a deadlift. So you're gonna. Oh yes, create tension. yeah, create tension. Yep, good. Yep, so keep the bar close and kick the hips out, like out behind you. You want to imagine like a wall behind you, and you're like trying to touch your butt to the wall. Does that make sense? And then once you feel that stretch in your hamstrings, just come back up. Yes. And then your weight should be balanced in your feet, so you shouldn't be too much forward or too much back. It should be balanced. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to watch you from this angle. So your spine is neutral, which is really good. And Your grip looks good. The bar is close to your legs, which is also really good. And then, are you feeling that stretch in your hamstrings?
Mhm.
Okay, in time, the goal is to like get your spine to be parallel with the floor. If that makes sense.
Am I close to parallel?
You're close, but you still have a little bit more to go. So there's always room for improvement.
I don't know.
I think you're good. So So to end it, you'll just do your deadlift. So beautiful. Okay, so what you did well, your feet were hip width apart. I mean, if you really need to, you can go a little wider if you have mobility restrictions or issues. But yeah, your feet were hip width apart. You had a soft bend in your knees. Your spine was neutral. Good grip. You kept your hips back. I think what an area to improve on is just to keep working on kicking your hips further back and not using your knees, because some people will bend their knees. Like common errors would be like bending your knees so it's like a squat, or like hyperextending your back. So keeping a neutral spine is like really important, just so you don't injure yourself. Yeah, so I didn't see anything like that. Another error would be to look down at the ground the whole time. So that creates like your neck to go forward, which creates like a curve in your spine, which is not what we want. I did not see that, so your spine looked really good. I would say, did you inhale? Okay, so inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Yeah, I think you did a really good job.
Yeah.
Good job.